Hey, Yinning at Life gang. It's Kimberley Roberts, your host here. And I'm so excited to deliver little bits of insight on living your best, most extraordinary life with, of course, Yin Yoga, traditional Chinese medicine, reflexology, and even mindset hacks. So thank you so much for pressing play on today's episode. Let's do this. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Yinning at Life podcast. I'm so happy you're here. Today, I've got something I want to talk about that still to this day kind of blows my mind that it's happening. It's the hustle, right? And I want to speak specifically to the people over 40 here, okay? About how we're still hustling. And let me tell you, as someone who's over 40, I get it. I still sometimes hustle. And it's like, it's just not worth it anymore. And I will tell you, as you get older, hustling gets harder. It's kind of like, you know, when you were back and you were like in your 20s and you could drink like, you know, a pitcher of beer and eat a whole large pizza and then literally crash 5 minutes later, go to sleep, get 4 hours of sleep, get back up and, you know, go about your day and you'd be just fine, right? Well, now, if I tried to do that now, I will tell you, I would be out of commission for days upon days with like probably a hangover, a bloated stomach, and inflamed and exhausted. And so the same thing is happening, I find, with the hustle culture. Like, there is so much power in doing less because we actually create more when we do less. And this is something that I will tell you, I struggled with that concept in my mind for the longest time. I was like, wait a minute. If I'm doing less, how can I actually be doing more? But I want to explore why the hustle culture keeps so many of us stuck in overdrive, especially people over 40, and how Yin Yoga, breath work, acupressure, meditation, even reflexology have helped me step out of that hustle cycle. And in today's episode, I want you to stick around because I'm going to guide you through a short practice where you can literally feel the shift right away. Like I just got back from a 20-minute walk outside. It's beautiful outside today. And I will tell you, when I got up this morning, I started working right away. And then all of a sudden, you know, after about an hour, I was like, I'm feeling kind of drained. And I felt like I was pushing myself. And I was like, okay, no. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to stop and I'm going to go outside. I literally went out for a 20-minute walk. That's it. Just 20 minutes. I came back in and I was like, I felt like a completely different person. Now, if you know, in traditional Chinese medicine, our liver loves that we go in flow, that everything is with ease, which is obviously the complete opposite of hustling, right? So being outside in nature for those 20 minutes, just going for a gentle walk, not only like reset my buttons, cleared out my mind, gave me a little bit more energy, but it also rejuvenated my liver. So it's like a total win. And was I hustling? Absolutely not. But I will tell you, for years, I lived in the hustle. In the corporate world, the long hours and the constant striving were like my normal. It was like hustle, push, do more. And when I started my own business and I left the corporate world, I thought running my own business, doing the work that I truly love, would actually free me. But instead, it made me push even harder. Like, how ironic is that, right? And my nervous system stayed switched on. Rest felt weird. It felt wrong. It almost felt guilty, like I was letting something slip. And I was like, shouldn't I be doing something right now? I should be doing something, right? And then I'd be like, well, maybe I shouldn't do something. Maybe I should just rest. Maybe I should go and do some yin yoga right now. Maybe I should go do some breath work, meditation. Okay. And I started to experiment with that. And then all of a sudden, that need to always feel like I was on, right? Suddenly turned itself off. And I started discovering the real serious power of pausing. And that real shift came to me when I started reshaping my yin yoga practice. Like yin has always taught me that slowing down isn't weakness. It's actually where clarity and creativity and rejuvenation happen. And the less that I forced, the more space I had for new ideas, for energy, for calm confidence, for balance. I was like, I would come up with the most incredible Yin Yoga Series for my app when I was in my practice. I would come up with like, oh, maybe I should do this for a new breathwork class. Or maybe, oh, this acupressure point would be really cool to teach people. And I was like, oh my God, like, what am I doing right now? I'm in my yin practice. I'm calming my nervous system. I'm not intentionally thinking about creating content or about doing something in my business. It was just happening all on its own so effortlessly. And then I will tell you that my body started to crave these pauses more and more. And sometimes it was only like a 5-minute pause. And it was literally almost like I was a light switch and the light switch was turning on for those couple of minutes. And I was like, oh, bright and calm and rejuvenated and relaxed and refreshed. And my nervous system started to get more and more regulated. So right now, what I want to do is I want to do a little mini breath work with you guys. Okay. Now, if you're driving, please come back to this part of the podcast episode. Okay. So that you can really be present. But for those of you that are like, hey, I'm sitting here, I'm on the couch, I'm listening to you, or I'm on my yoga mat, I'm ready, I'm down for this. Okay. For you guys, find a comfortable seat or lie down. And then I invite you to close your eyes if you can. Place your right hand over your lower belly. And then with your other hand, I want you to use your thumb to gently massage the spot right in the center of the palm of your hand. Okay, this is an acupressure point and it's called pericardium 8. It is super good for calming the heart. It's really good for easing anxiety. It's really good for releasing inflammation. If you've got too much heat in your digestion, like your digestive system, it helps with that. It's just a really calming point. I love it. And it's so easy to find because it's literally in the center of the palm of your hand. Okay. So as you're pressing on this point, start to take long, slow, deep breaths through your nose for a count of 4. And then hold it in for a moment. And then exhale gently through the mouth for 6 counts. Okay. And as you breathe, feel your belly soften into your hand. Let your shoulders melt. Okay. And we'll do it again. Let's inhale for 4 counts through the nose. And then exhale for 6. Just notice right now how this feels. Okay. Now release the pressure on that acupressure point on your palm and actually go to the other hand. Okay. And you're going to press the same spot. So right in the center, the palm of your hand, you're going to press with your opposite thumb and together. Let's start to inhale through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale through an open mouth for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release your thumb from the point. Pause for a moment here. Just let your breath come back to an unmeasured state. Notice again, after just pausing for literally all we did was 2 minutes, how do you feel? Scan your body. Notice if you feel any vibration where you were pressing on that point. What does the heart center feel like? What kind of energy do you feel in your body right now? Like sometimes, even with a practice, even 2 minutes can just stop the hustle and rejuvenate the nervous system. Like I will tell you, now that I've been practicing regulating my nervous system regularly with all these practices, I can drop in so much faster. And where that 20-minute walk that I went on today, before, that would actually take me an hour, maybe even longer to reset. Now in like 15, 20 minutes, I literally feel like a completely different person. So if that kind of tiny pause felt really nourishing for you, imagine what a consistent practice could do for you. I have 3 free Yin Yoga classes to get you started. One of them is actually an acupressure meditation for inner peace and mindfulness. So let's stop the spiraling, right? There's another one for abundance. So I do an abundance meditation to shift your mindset from scarcity and lack into abundance and freedom. And then there's a really juicy 60-minute hip and shoulder opening practice. Who doesn't love opening those tight shoulders and hips, right? So you can get all of that, those free classes. If you're like, you know what, I'm already sold, I'm ready to go, then you can sign up for my 7-day free trial on my membership, and you can explore a full plethora of content: yin yoga, breath work, acupressure, reflexology, meditation. I've got Yin Yoga Series, and there's one that's super really calming right now and that people are just absolutely loving. And it's my 14-day unwind and calm series. It is specifically designed to soothe your nervous system. And that's inside the membership, or it's available on its own for lifetime access for a one-time fee. I'll link all of that information in the show notes for you. Okay. Now I want to come back to the hustle culture, because I will tell you, the guilt part about slowing down for me, and I know for a lot of people, was like, well, if I rest, then I'm being lazy, right? But I will tell you, rest is not laziness. We need rest. Our nervous system needs rest. It doesn't need to be in the sympathetic flight or fright state all the time. It needs rest and digest. It needs that parasympathetic state. And I'll tell you, a lot of us don't even get that when we're sleeping because we don't sleep that well. But I will tell you, rest is the most fertile ground where your best ideas, health, and joy are birthed. Seriously. Like, I will tell you that the more I push and the more I hustle, first of all, the more burnt out I get. But secondly, you know what else happens? I get super frustrated and irritated. And then what happens? My liver goes, oh, we don't like that because we don't like frustration. We like ease. We like flow. We like let's just roll with it, not let's push and let's force all the time. So when we do less, we nourish our liver, we calm and regulate our nervous system. And you know what? We are far more creative and inspired and are living more of that extraordinary life. Because I'll tell you, when you get to be over 40, at that point, you're like, you know what? I should be living my extraordinary life by now. Like, come on, right? Like, I've done all the things. Maybe some of you are out there like, I've had the kids and now they're old enough to be on their own. You know what? Yeah, I'm in the corporate world, but you know what? I don't have to prove myself anymore. I'm really good at what I do, and I don't need to over deliver to prove my worth, right? Like when we're younger, we have a lot less confidence. We're far more insecure. And so there's more of that tendency to push and to force and to hustle, right? And when we start a new job, like I don't know how many times I started, in the corporate world, or starting a new job where it would be like, well, you know what? Like I'm new here. I really got to prove myself. I got to push. I got to force. I'm going to work like 15 hours a day, even though everybody else is working eight and a half. And I got into that mentality. Well, I'll tell you, when you get over 40, you're like, I'm not down for that anymore. I'm not working no 14, 15-hour days. And even for myself now, at running my own business, having my own online yin yoga and well-being app, and my in-person reflexology business, like I work maybe, I'm going to say, and this is like, I'm being a little bit over generous here. I probably work about 5 hours a day, 4 days a week. That's it. Like I work about 20 hours a week. That's it. Whereas in my corporate days, I was working like 14, 15 hours a day, 5 days a week. So that's about 70, 75 hours, right? And then sometimes the weekend would roll around and I'd be, doing overtime. So, you know what? Been there, done that. Life is too short. And when we get over the age of 40, we really just want to start living our best life, right? So remember, rest is not being lazy, it's actually being productive. So thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. I hope you give yourself permission to pause, even if that is 2 minutes a day. Like I will tell you, start with 2 minutes. Don't be like, oh my God, like I'm going to dedicate an hour to myself every day, because you know what? It's probably not going to happen. But if you have the time, if you're like, you know what? I know I have an hour in my day to carve out, try separating it first, right? 15 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Like truncate it throughout the day or depending on your schedule and see how that rolls. But definitely, please promise me that you are going to give yourself permission to pause for however length of time you want it. And on our SolefulYin app, we've got practices as short as 5 minutes and as long as 60 minutes. So you get to choose how long you want to pause for. Feel free to share this episode with a friend who needs that reminder. Hey, you know what? You've been hustling a little bit too much too. Why don't you slow down? Check out my free classes. See if I'm the right vibe for you. Get on the 7-day free trial or get my Unload and Calm 14-day series. So here's to actually creating more by doing a whole lot less, right? Who is down for that? If you are, leave me a comment in this podcast episode and let me know that, you know what? I am done with the hustle culture. I am ready to live my best life. I am ready to create more by doing less. And for some of you, this might even spark something within your career, maybe that you're like not happy with. And you're like, you know what? This girl's right. I don't want to work this hard, or I'm not happy working here. I'm not fulfilled. I want to find something that really aligns with who I am meant to be. And when we're over 40, we sure as heck should be like, you know what? It's time to start focusing on ourselves and reconnecting to ourselves. So thanks so much again for pressing play. I will see you next week.